After many requests, we are finally doing an NBA 2K20 trio tournament. We've done the 1v1 and the 2v2 already, so it is time for the trios. And this is going to work a lot like our other tournaments. We're going to be taking the 3 best players in NBA 2K20 on every single NBA team, and the 3 best players are going to be determined by their overall. So for an example, the Lakers, the 3 highest players are going to be LeBron James at a 97 overall, Anthony Davis at a 96, and Dwight Howard at an 81. We're also going to be using injury-free rosters, so players that are currently injured, like Kyrie and Kevin Durant on the Nets, or Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson on the Warriors, will be uninjured and will be playing in this tournament. And for the actual games, we will be simulating the games inside of Blacktop mode in NBA 2K20 using the 3v3 feature. And each game is going to be a best of 1 to 11 points, except for the finals, it will be a best of 3. And then in order to determine seeding for this tournament, I added up the overalls of the 3 players on each team, and whoever had the highest combined overall would get the first seed, and the lowest the last seed. And the seeding is up on the screen right now if you want to check out where each team falls. And since we do have 30 teams, the first and second seed are going to get a bye, so the Lakers and the Clippers each get a bye from the first round and won't have to compete into the second round. In this video, we're going to be simulating both the first and second round. The first round, I'm not going to be showing the full games. I'm just going to tell you guys who won, just because it's the first round. It's not too interesting, and we'll get into the fun stuff when we get to the second round. But starting off in round 1, we had the Thunder facing off against the Wizards, and the Thunder ended up winning pretty easily, beating the Wizards 11-2. Then we had the 76ers facing off against the Cavaliers, and the 76ers barely squeezed out a victory, winning 11-9. Next up, we had the Hawks versus the Kings, and the Hawks beat the Kings 11-9. We had the Bucks face off against the Knicks. The Bucks won 11-6. That also rhymed. Then we had the Nuggets facing off against the Pelicans, and the Nuggets won 11-7. The Rockets played the Pistons, and they won 11-4. The Raptors played the Spurs, and the Raptors won 11-8. The Jazz played the Pacers, and the Jazz won 11-9. The Warriors played the Magic, and the Warriors won 11-5. And then the Mavericks played the Grizzlies, and this was actually our first upset of the tourney. Mavericks were the 10th seed, Grizzlies were the 23rd seed, and the Grizzlies won 13-11. Then we had the Nets face off against the Hornets, and the Nets won 11-6. We had the Heat face off against the Suns, and this was our second upset of the first round. The Suns, who were the 19th seed, beat the Heat, who were the 14th seed, 11-7. Then we had the Trailblazers versus the Bulls, and the Trailblazers won 12-7. Then we had the Celtics face off against the Timberwolves, and the Celtics won 13-11. So that was the simulation of our first round, and now here is going to be our bracket that we will use for the rest of the tournament. We only had 2 upsets in the first round. I thought there might be more in the first round just because it's a best of 1 to 11 points, but for the most part, everything went as planned. And let's just hop into the second round. I'm going to be actually showing the games now, and this is going to be the last round of this video. I will be uploading another video, which is going to be the third round all the way to the finals. So make sure to subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. That way you do not miss out the finals of this tourney. And if you're wondering what the numbers are next to the players, that's just the 3 players overalls combined. Our first game in the second round is going to be Dwight Howard, Anthony Davis, and LeBron James of the Lakers facing off against Chris Paul, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Steven Adams of the OKC Thunder. LeBron James is going to start off the scoring here with a nice easy layup. A little bit of a mismatch with him and Chris Paul, and then AD dunking on Chris Paul there. Now Chris Paul, a nice little step back. Gets the green bean. Chris Paul again. The mid-range shot, no good, but Shai finishes it up. Then LeBron inside. This is just too big of a mismatch for Chris Paul. No small players on the Lakers squad. AD, the lob to Dwight Howard. They take a nice lead here. Chris Paul not able to get that to go, but then gets a steal. Second chance points, no good. Steven Adams can't hit the shot, gets the rebound again, and finally finishes. OKC gets it down to 1, and then AD with another bucket. Shea with a nice dunk inside. Then he hits the mid-range shot to tie up the game. Now Steven Adams driving by AD. Really tough shot, but still gets a bucket to fall. LeBron again, just blowing by Chris Paul. Then AD with an easy dunk. Now LeBron, the lob to Anthony Davis. They take a 2-point lead. Steven Adams, another tough shot. He's getting a lot of 100% smothered shots. LeBron with the dunk. And then Dwight Howard with the perfect release. Game point, AD inside. And the Lakers are going to beat the Thunder. Pretty poor shooting by the Thunder here. Chris Paul actually went 1 for 11, whereas the Lakers shot very good this game. Not many misses for them. And the Lakers are going to be our first team moving on to the third round. For our next matchup, we got Tobias Harris, Ben Simmons, and Joel Embiid of the 76ers facing off against Trae Young, Clint Capella, and John Collins of the Atlanta Hawks. So Ben Simmons coming inside here with a perfect release for the first bucket of the game. Trae Young trying to go inside, but a nice block by Embiid, and the finish. Clint Capella coming right back at them. Can't get the first bucket, but gets the easy second chance dunk. Clint again inside. He ties up the game there. Now Trae Young, a nice spin fade, and the Hawks take the 1-point lead. Embiid right back at him, though, to tie up the game. Then a nice cut there by Ben Simmons. And they take the 1-point lead, and John Collins to Clint Capella for the lob. Tobias Harris spinning inside, the perfect release. Trae Young from 3, can't get it to go, but Clint Capella with the put back layup, and then Trae Young get inside. Clint Capella also has his takeover badge, so looking pretty good for the Hawks to win this. But Embiid tying up the game here. Tobias Harris from 2, and he hits the shot to take a 2-point lead. And then Tobias with a nice steal and dunk against Trae Young there. Trae Young now trying to get inside, but a block by Tobias Harris, and then Embiid blocks him as well. Game point for the 76ers. Ben Simmons inside. He's going to be able to finish the game right there. Trae Young putting up a lot of shots. Didn't shoot the best, though. 3 for 10 for the Hawks. Embiid didn't shoot great either, but the 76ers still end up winning this one. So the 76ers will face off against the Lakers in the next round. For our next matchup, we got Eric Bledsoe, Chris Middleton, and Giannis Antetokounmpo of the Bucks facing off against Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, and Paul Millsap of the Nuggets. Giannis going to start inside, blows by Jokic for the dunk. That's going to be a big mismatch this game. Paul Millsap gets blocked by Giannis, but then Jokic with the steal and the dunk. Giannis just so much quicker than Jokic, but Jokic with a nice strip there, misses his first shot, then gets a second chance points. Now Jokic to Jamal Murray inside. Nice pass right there. And then Chris Middleton to Giannis. Kind of the exact same play that the Nuggets just did. Giannis inside, blows by Jokic for the easy dunk. Then again, Giannis with the perfect release inside. Jokic cannot cover him. This time it's him getting around Jamal Murray. And the Bucks taking a 2-point lead here. Giannis, mid-range shot, no good. But Bledsoe with the rebound and second chance points. Giannis blowing by Jamal Murray again. And he has his takeover badge, and the Bucks up big. But Jamal Murray, the perfect release from a 2, trying to get them back in this game. Chris Middleton with a wide open layup. And Jokic with the nice cut right there. Giannis blowing by Paul Millsap, and he gets the perfect release. Again, it's Giannis inside. Can't hit his first chance points, gets the rebound. And they are now at game point. Eric Bledsoe wide open for the mid-range shot, and Giannis had himself a pretty good game right there. But the Nuggets not shooting too well at all. Paul Millsap 0 for 6 this game, whereas Giannis went 8 for 12, 8 points, and 9 rebounds. So the Bucks are going to be moving on to the second round. Our next matchup, we got Robert Covington, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden of the Rockets facing off against Pascal Siakam, Kyle Lowry, and Fred VanVleet of the Raptors. Rockets starting with the ball here. Westbrook fumbling the ball around, and Siakam ends up picking it up and getting the layup. Harden, step back 2, and he hits the shot. Harden again from 2, and this time it's a perfect release. Now Westbrook from 2, and he hits the shot. Rockets on fire from the 2-point line, but Kyle Lowry coming right back at him, try to get his team back in this. Siakam inside for the layup. Now Freddie inside, and he gets the game within 1 point. Now Fred again in the post. James Harden right on him, but he gets the perfect release to tie up the game. Fred VanVleet, a little nutmeg, and the Raptors take the 1 point lead. Lowry from 2 hits the shot, and the Raptors now up by 3. Westbrook spinning inside. Finally, the Rockets getting another bucket. Now Lowry wide open from mid-range. Raptors at game point, but Harden, perfect release from 2. And then now Westbrook in the post gets a bucket to go. They tie the game up at 10. Harden, the 2-pointer to win it, and it is good to go. The Rockets with a huge comeback right there. Pascal Siakam not shooting too great for the Raptors right here. Lowry had a pretty good game, but Harden for the Rockets was just unbelievable. 8 points. Covington didn't get any, and the Rockets are going to be facing off against the Bucks in the next round. For our next matchup, we got Montrezl Harrell, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard of the Clippers facing off against Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert, and Bogdanovich of the Utah Jazz. Starting off this game, Donovan Mitchell with the ball inside, dunking over Paul George, and then Gobert with 2 blocks on Kawhi Leonard. Bogdanovich trying to finish, but he's not able to do so. Donovan Mitchell inside getting another point. Now Bogdanovich can't get the shot to go. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Right back to Bogdanovich, and he's just kind of chilling in the paint here and finally goes up for it and gets the point to fall. Rudy Gobert with a nice deflection, and Donovan Mitchell with the finish there. Donovan Mitchell from 3 now, and he hits the shot, or a 2-pointer, should I say. And then Rudy Gobert inside. Jazz blowing out the Clippers, but Paul George finally getting something for the Clippers. And Donovan Mitchell through the legs dunk. That's insane. Paul George getting the pass there from Kawhi. Bogdanovich with the perfect release from 2. And they're already up to game point. Let's see if the Clippers can do anything to come back here. Paul George getting inside behind the back and dunk. But Gobert with the ball. Perfect release to finish the game. And a big upset there by the Utah Jazz. The Clippers were the 2nd seed, but the Jazz didn't shoot well on offense. It's just that the Clippers did even worse. Kawhi Leonard 0 for 10, Paul George 4 for 14, Harrell 0 for 3. Not a good performance, but the Jazz are going to be moving on to the next round. Our next matchup, we got Andrew Wiggins, Klay Thompson, and Stephen Curry of the Warriors facing off against Ja Morant, Jonas Valanciunas, and Jaren Jackson Jr. of the Memphis Grizzlies. Starting off, Ja Morant blowing by Stephen Curry for a nice little floater there. Then JV with the ball inside. Huge mismatch for him. He's a lot bigger than Andrew Wiggins. Ja Morant again inside. Grizzlies take a 3-0 lead, but Andrew Wiggins finally getting something for the Warriors here. Ja Morant, tough shot, but JV with the tip putback. And Ja Morant finds JV. JV with his takeover badge. But Andrew Wiggins getting inside, can't get that, gets his own board. And the Grizzlies up by quite a bit right here, taking a 6-2 lead. JV, nobody covering him here. Grizzlies up by 5, but Stephen Curry hitting the 2-point shot. If the Warriors can do that, hit some 2s, they can come back here. But Jaren Jackson with the block. And now Curry again from 2, a perfect release this time. Trying to get the Warriors back in this, but Ja Morant inside, a 3-point lead. Ja again. Grizzlies at game point. Ja Morant blows by Curry, a perfect release to win the game. And the Grizzlies, I mean, Ja and JV just went off that game, and the Warriors just could not get anything going. Andrew Wiggins 0 for 5. The Grizzlies are going to be moving on to the next round to face off against the Jazz. For our second last matchup of this video, we got Spencer Dinwiddie, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Durant of the Nets facing off against Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, and Kelly Oubre Jr. of the Suns. Starting off this game, Kyrie putting up a tough shot, but Durant getting the board and the second chance points. Devin Booker getting around Kyrie for the perfect release inside. Durant I don't know where Ayton was covering him right there, but he was nowhere to be seen when he got that pass. But then Ayton blowing by Durant. Just going back and forth to start off this game. Devin Booker inside yet again. Suns take the 1-point lead. Devin Booker with a block on Dinwiddie. And the Suns take a 2-point lead. Dinwiddie blown by Kelly Oubre. Getting the Nets back within 1. Dinwiddie again inside to tie the game. And then Durant nutmegs Devin Booker. The perfect release as well. It's a pretty good game. Devin Booker with a big dunk inside. We are tied up yet again. Now Durant, the easy layup. Devin Booker fading away. Tough shot, but he still hits it. And we are still tied up. Kyrie inside. A perfect release. The Nets now with the lead. Devin Booker tying it up yet again. Can a team take a lead right here? Durant from 2, the perfect release. And now Durant has his takeover badge as well. Nice find there by Ayton to the cutting Booker. Durant blowing by DeAndre Ayton. And he gets the layup. And the Nets are on game point as well. DeAndre Ayton with a big dunk. But the Nets can win here. Dinwiddie from 2. And it is good to go. The Nets defeat the Suns. Good game by Devin Booker. He put up 7 points, but wasn't quite enough to beat the Nets. Durant also putting up 7 points, and Kyrie shot 1 for 5. Not too good for him, but the Nets are going to be moving on to the next round. Moving on to our final matchup of today's video, we got CJ McCollum, Hassan Whiteside, and Damian Lillard of the Trailblazers facing off against Kemba Walker, Jason Tatum, and Jaylen Brown of the Celtics. Starting off this one, Jason Tatum dunking on Hassan Whiteside. CJ, nice fading shot. Tatum inside, this time blocked by Whiteside. And Lillard gets the perfect release. Tatum again inside. Another dunk over Hassan Whiteside. CJ, mid-range, perfect release. And then the next play, Jason Tatum doing the exact same thing with that perfect release. Lillard, really tough shot. Not sure what that was, but he does end up hitting it. Jaylen Brown fading away for the perfect release. Kemba on the 2-point line. He hits the shot, giving the Celtics the 2-point lead. Now Lillard, not a 2-pointer, but he does hit the shot a few inches back, and it would have been a 2. Lillard inside, tying up the game at 6. This one is super close so far. Lillard now a perfect release from the 2-point line, and he steps back from 2, can't hit it, but Hassan Whiteside with the board, and CJ with the finish. Again, Lillard from 2, can't hit it, but Hassan has his takeover badge, getting the boards for the Trailblazers. They're on game point. Jaylen inside for a big dunk. Hassan Whiteside spinning, puts up the tough shot, can't hit it, gets the board, and dunks on Jaylen Brown for the W. Jason Tatum with 3 points there. Kemba actually shot 1 for 6, so not a good outing for him. But Lillard with 6 points, and Hassan clutched up for the Trailblazers at the end of the game there. But Trailblazers are last team of the video to move on. They're going to be facing off against the Knicks in the next round. And here's the final bracket moving into the third round. All in all, in the second round, most of the higher seeds did end up winning, except the Jazz with the upset over the Clippers and the Grizzlies with the upset over the Warriors. In our next video, we'll do the third round as well as the semifinals and finals. So make sure that you do subscribe to the channel if you want to watch those videos. Turn on post notifications. That way you don't miss out when it is uploaded. It's going to be coming out in the next few days. I don't know if it'll be my next video, but it will definitely be the one after that. But that's going to be it for this one. If you guys enjoyed, smash that like button. Of course, subscribe. This has been your boy Smequle, and I'll see you next time. Peace.